Welcome to the OC. I'm Phil, and this is my co-host Corey, and tonight is our Wednesday rant. And
it's actually happening on a Wednesday. That's important.
It's weird. We're not really used to this. What do you want to rant about? What do you got?
I got two things. So one is my buddy Bill in the States. It's the choice Gates, of divorces, right? Yeah, Billy Gates. Yeah, it turns out divorces are always terrible for everybody, no matter how amicable or not they are.
Oh yeah, he's going to suffer. There's no question. Does he have a prenup?
Oh well, the way he's suffering actually isn't necessarily financially, because he was planning on giving it all away anyway. So why not give half it away to Melinda to begin with? It's the fact that all the stuff is coming out because people are like, wait a second, you're separating.
Yeah, there is a shitstorm coming. It is an Epstein shitstorm.
Well,
that man recorded fucking everything. And
Bill, it's coming up now. Whether they have anything or not, it's being brought up. So apparently, Bill was a bit of a playa at Microsoft. Surprise!
Oh, shocking!
Shocking!
Right? It is a little shock. I mean,
that dude, he has power. So everybody goes, "Oh, he's Bill Gates, like the nerdiest guy in the world." Yeah, he's got.
I don't
power.
think it's about that. I just think that he's not an imposing person. So, and he's frugal. He wears penny loafers and used pants, and he just doesn't. And I don't know. He's not the guy that you go, okay, well, Tiger Woods, and he went out and bang.
Yeah, but Tiger Woods had an actual problem. Like he had that problem before he became Tiger Woods.
Oh, right? For sure. Yeah, but I'm just saying, and then Bill Gates is like, oh, he talked nice to somebody, and then all of a sudden now hanging out with Epstein. Yeah, you're likely banging a sex slave.
It's the two together. So that's the problem, right? I think he could have survived, and he survived. I mean, he's going to survive this. He could have survived either, right? He could have survived. Oh, hey, look, he had an affair at Microsoft. Oh, big deal. Oh, so what? Who cares?
Was it confirmed? He had I read that.
I believe the woman he had the affair with. Now, again, it was consensual, right? It wasn't like she's like, oh my God, he did that thing. Who was the reporter who had the door that would lock? It was during the height of the Me Too movement. He was I don't know if he was a CNN guy or whatever, and he'd have it that he would lock. God, I'm not wrong.
You've lost me. I don't even know.
No. There was a famous reporter
on CNN.
No, I don't think it was CNN. I don't think it was CNN, but he.
It's not Cooper.
Who was Connie? Who hung out with Connie Chung a lot?
Oh God, I don't know. You're gonna have to Google this because I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. you're all excited, and I'm like fucking lost.
Chung.
And he would have his door would lock, so he would trap people inside his office.
Basically, yeah.
Oh,
that's not. Oh, I didn't realize Connie Chung was married to Maury Popovich.
Maury Povich, not Popovich.
Whatever.
He seems like a nice man. You ever watch the Maury show?
That's the one where they say, "You are not the father."
That's right. I remember when I was in college, that was like a super popular show. Jerry Springer. He looked a lot like my grandmother, actually.
God, I can't remember who the hell it is now. Yeah.
Well, there's so many. I mean, when all of this is said and done, and and I think that's why, Epstein was, vanquished from this planet. There's going to be a lot of Bill Gates stories, I think.
Matt Lauer.
Oh, Matt Lauer. You're frozen.
Yes. Oh, am I frozen?
Well, you're not now.
I was probably just paused because I was finding it. It's Matt Lauer.
Oh, Matt Lauer.
And it was USA Today.
Yes, you're right.
Anyway,
I did hear about him.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's going to be a shitstorm coming, and what, especially this woman, Ghislaine.
Ghislaine
Maxwell.
Do you mean the innocent victim in all of this?
Oh, the very innocent. Yeah, no. And she's gonna fucking squawk.
She's gonna squawk, and if things go the way our conspiracy predicts, she is going to be the next one to hang herself.
Or what?
Poorly in herself.
I'm sure she's not being kept in all that great condition as we speak. There's a lot of scared dudes out there, and women. There are women that were part of this fucking craziness too, right? So
it's going to be a bad situation. And Billy, if I were Billy Gates, I'd be like,
well, his wife looks a lot younger than him as well.
Melinda, I want to say he's in her 60s and she's in her 50s. So I don't think it's a lot, but I think she's aged well.
I mean, in comparison, they've been together, I think it was 20-some years, 25 years or something. But I was really like, you know, you're going to see all of this stuff happen. Like Bill Clinton, there's another guy, you know, but his wife's already like, yeah, he's a fucking lost cause. So,
well, yeah, she's 56.
And he's 65 or something.
Billy Gates is, he is 65. So really 9 years. That's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible. But I mean, she does significantly look younger than he does.
She's aged well. I mean, she takes care of herself. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
You'd never guess I'm 60 and you're 30.
Wait, what? Wait a minute.
Well, you'd never guess that because it's not true, but
that's not true. I was going to say, hey, but tomorrow I will change a number from 45.
So funny. I was 44. Wondering about that. I was like, I know Phil's got a birthday coming up and I've got a gift that I got to be sending up to you. So.
Yeah. Thanks. I love gifts. Any kind.
You should.
Any kind, except for, you know, anything strange and odd, bodily fluids, not into.
Oh, but there won't be any bodily fluids.
Oh, good. Oh, phew. Not
might
this
be
time.
Odd. Might be oddly shaped.
Oh, God. Yeah. So that's my rant. Is this getting fucking old? And it sucks. Old. Wait, are we done with Bill?
I think Bill is going to be the gift that's going to keep on. I'm sure he'll show up as the subject of a future podcast.
God. Oh, yeah.
Because this is going to unearth so much crap and people are just going to start spinning out.
This is the greatest time on the planet for podcasts. There's no shortage of anything to talk about. But yeah, no, see, there you go. Totally interrupt people all the time.
You've been doing that for the last 40 years, Phil. I mean,
more than normal. I'm old. I feel old. Like, fuck. You know, when you get out of bed in the morning and you're kind of like, oh God. That's how I feel every day.
It's been me for the last 20 years, buddy. Like Rice Krispies. It's like snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies.
It's just crazy. It is crazy. But yeah, I do. I'm 40. I'm gonna be 45, and it's
like the caliber.
Like the caliber. Not hard though. Like that. Not hard steel anymore. Soft metal.
Not a lot of stopping power. no starting power. I'm not sure.
Or staying power. It's just yeah, it's like, you know, I often wonder, and I think, you know, like generations ago, like at my age, people were like, yeah, I'm done.
Yep.
You know, I worked the fields. I fucking did my shit. 45 was an old man. And I don't really feel like an old man, but I feel old.
But it's different now. So if you were, now mind you, your job is way more physical than mine. Okay.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
By a bit, yeah.
Friggin' do computer stuff and you crawl under cars, drag your carcass under cars.
Yeah. Well, from time to time, yeah.
It's still, but imagine if you were actually a full race person, right? Well,
yeah.
I remember we both wanted to be electricians at one point.
Oh, I wanted
to be.
Well, I did an apprenticeship up on the base when through a co-op through the school, and I was like, this is really no fun. You know, one of the jobs I did was when I was young was helping a mason do bricklaying. You want to say
bricklaying is not easy work.
And I was the bitch. You carry fucking bricks all day long. I don't know how these guys do it. Seriously, if you're listening and you're a bricklayer, you need a new career. I mean, I bet it pays good. But yeah, you're fucking frozen again.
You just froze too.
What is going on a Wednesday?
I have no idea. Here, one second. Let me make sure I'm not. I don't think it's a resource issue. I think it's Zoom is blowing up on us issue.
Really?
Surprise.
It's that Wednesday shit that goes
We
on.
need to get a different thing other than Zoom. I really do need
computer
to look
guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, thanks. Yeah, I guess I
have no idea. I had to ask you how to upload a video. I don't fucking know.
Was the quality any good, by the way?
Yeah, it was good. It was okay. Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah, no, it was good.
Show us your arm, Phil. Show us your arm, Phil.
This is Larry arm. Anyway, yeah, that might be on our Instagram as well. at some point. I love Jaws. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I've watched it so many times. I can pretty much, say.
You know what? The only thing I remember of Jaws is I think the third or fourth one. What was the one with the woman with the wife where she dreams of being attacked in the swimming pool? That's what all I remember. Like I remember seeing the other one, the special effects not aging well.
Yeah. So I've watched 1, which is my favorite. 2, 3. The only reason I liked it was Dennis Quaid and Lou Gossett Jr. It's the only reason. And I haven't watched any of the other ones. I think
there's a fourth one, I believe.
Oh, I think there's 6 in total. I think it's ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like Friday the 13th level of crazy.
Well, Roy Snyder died like fucking 20 years ago. So, I mean.
He was a big smoker, wasn't he?
I think so. I don't know much about his, like he was pretty old when he did Jaws, right? And it was 78 when he, the other, well, look at Dreyfus there. He's well into his 70s. I mean, fuck, they're all getting old.
You're talking to Julie Louise. It's like, she doesn't look that bad.
Oh, well, she's in probably her late 50s, I would think.
I think that whole crew is.
But Richard Dreyfuss is certainly probably in his 70s.
He's not dead yet. I know Paul Newman's dead.
Paul Newman is dead.
That's the other part, by the way. That's the true rant about getting old. I watched Cannonball Run, and I realized most of these actors are dead now.
Is Dom DeLuise dead? I don't think he is. Is he?
Pretty sure he is, yeah.
That dude, you better Google that, because I think Dom DeLuise, he's probably still alive. And of all of them, he looked like the one that should be dead first. But yeah, getting old.
Died May 4th, 2009, Santa Monica, California.
God damn it, Dom DeLuise.
God, that's a weird looking young picture of him. Jesus Christ. I don't remember him looking like that.
He was a weird looking dude. He put on a lot of weight though.
Yeah, well, it suited him. He's one of those guys that actually
yeah, a little weird mustache.
Yeah, that's the truly sad part, honestly.
Yeah, I guess so. I think that it's funny, when you look at people that stop working and then they sort of just fade away. Like Sean Connery. Look at that fucking guy. Just disappears.
But he's dead too. He
died, I know, but you don't hear from them. Like, it's like, does he just fall off the face of the fucking earth? And that's it. I seem
to remember for the last 10 years of his life, he was seriously Alzheimer's, dementia, I believe.
Dementia.
Like it was apparently pretty bad.
Was it really? Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. And that's the other part. You start to fucking forget shit. I mean, goddamn.
It would be great if you could forget the bad things and remember the good things, but it's like, no, I forget the good things and remember the bad things. Thanks.
No kidding. Well, and that's it. Well, you're going to be my age
soon, eventually, yes.
Yeah, eventually, if you are fortunate.
Well, this is the thing, right? Like you and I went to kindergarten together. That's so right. Yeah, we age fairly close together.
Yeah. Yeah. And you watch people, like I run into people all the time and I go, holy goddamn, that did not work out well for you. You look bad.
Yeah, and that's where, and I do that too. I'm like, shit, compared to you, I did great.
Yeah. Fuck. I barely have all the wrinkles and I am losing my hair. That's fine.
Me too. It's thankfully mine's like I don't know if you can see properly, but you know what? It's not too bad. This humidity the weather is doing nothing for my hair. I know. Melissa calls it my professor hair. I got my
beard is very beards do not like humidity.
I look like Rick from Rick and Morty.
Well, you kind of do.
Yeah, well, the gray hair and the hair all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the other thing. You start getting hair in fucking places you never thought you would get hair. You get shoulder hair yet? Be honest. Don't lie to me.
I'm gonna say no, hair? But I have had. I've had like I'm like it feels like there's something. And I'll grab. I'm like,
it's a hair. Yeah,
pulling it. And it's like, but it's like a really deep root. I'm like, if that stuff was in my head.
Yeah.
Why can't we have those hairs on our head? Seriously.
Right? Seriously. I mean, they just start growing. I mean, there's got to be some science behind it.
It's got to be.
If you're watching out there, like if this shit just miraculously starts growing, why can't we fix this?
Just go off like goo. Come on, folks. Figure it out.
Like my eyebrows. I literally have to trim my eyebrows at least every couple of weeks. And this is not for cosmetics. This is because they start to tickle my.
It's a safety reason.
Safety. God, nose hairs. Fuck, they grow like. You ever
the worst is the gray ones. The worst is when you get the gray nose hairs, and you're like you're cutting them. You're like, why do I think I need a weed whacker for this?
Dude, do you ever remember like the old guys? Because trimming nose hairs was not old guys' thing.
No, they didn't care. They was that you gave up on life. They'd be like
hanging out.
You grow into the beards. They'd actually braid them in, and you're like, wait a second, is that Fu Manchu your mustache?
Like my old man had friends that worked on the farms, and they'd come over and they had their hankies and they'd blow their, and there'd be snot hanging off of the nose hairs. And I'm just like, God damn, I'm gonna throw up.
But there's something to be said about being comfortable in the skin you're in. I mean, maybe they were onto something, my friend.
I think so, and I am too for the most part. Like
it does come with age. As long as you accept the fact that A, you're getting older, and B, your glory days of looking beautiful, they're behind you. That doesn't mean you have to look like a slob. You play the cards you're dealt, but you ain't never gonna have that 6-pack at this point. I mean, Ryan Reynolds and actually Ryan Reynolds is our age. He manages it. So there we go, Phil. Obviously, we're doing something wrong.
He's also paid to do so, which is you have completely frozen.
You completely froze too, Phil.
But I not on my side. How about on you?
Yes, I know, not on your side. So it's a transmission between the two. So
this is gonna be fun to edit tonight.
Or who cares? Or who cares? It's a Wednesday rant.
This is the Wednesday rant. We don't typically edit Wednesday rants.
Pants off. Are you wearing shorts?
Not even. Thong.
Okay. Well, you're not wearing pants though. That's key.
Never. Not on Wednesdays.
Up until this week, I was wearing pants, and then it hit like 28, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm switching to shorts now.
Yeah, I do wear. For the most part, I wear safety sandals and shorts at work.
Safety sandals.
Yeah, they're open-toed safety sandals.
And they're protecting your feet from what? Walking on hot coals? Like
yes, mostly the bottoms. Just the bottoms.
It's got a metal shank in the bottom, but the toes are completely exposed.
I've welded with sandals on. I had a hot piece of metal. I was fucking.
You've got hobbit feet, for Christ's sake. That'd be that's a fire hazard.
I know. It hurt. Let me tell you, that was the dumbest thing on the list of dumb things that I've done.
I was doing some electrical work at our Chippewa place, and this wiring is like 100 years old, right? And and I'm sure there was knob and tube. I've never worked with knob and tube, except I think I was at this point.
Is it all black? Was it all that black?
Oh, there's black. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had aluminum there as well. Like I had 3 different, like copper. Anyway, I'm doing the work on the light fixture. I'm like, well, I'll just turn off the power, like turn off the light switch, because the light's not on. Therefore, there's no power. Right? Yeah, maybe I should have gone to the breaker.
Yep.
So I'm up there and I'm like, that is really unusual. Mr. Thyme and Mr. Cholene both let me down with my knowledge of electrical, looking at this spider's nest of wires going into this, like it looks like it's wires hooked up to wires. I'm like, okay, I want to change this light, so take these. Anyhow, long story short, big massive spark, didn't get electrocuted. However, a piece of flaming hot metal fell down the front of my shirt, and I'm on the ladder.
Oh, that's terrible. I've never had that happen.
I could feel it melt, and I don't know if it was skin melting, but chest hair was catching on fire. It's rolling down towards my belly button, but I'm on a ladder. So
what do you do?
What do I do? I'm like, do I tough it out? And I'm not going to burn less, but then I jump my ass to the ground and smash my head. I'm like, okay, ow, 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 ow.
Put it out the fire. Tap
it.
I
don't need to try to get it out. I'm like, oh, it's just solder that melted apparently when I created the arc, and it became molten and fell down my shirt. Oh, now I've got a friggin' little track mark down my chest.
Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate. I have an electrician who's a pretty good friend of mine, and but I wire in most of my stuff. I unless it's something I'm not comfortable, like panel work, I get him to do, or like
I'll do some panel work. I wired up at our previous place. I wired up our dishwasher, like I did the run. I followed it all roughly, rough.
I did one of our podcasts after I had been thoroughly electrocuted by a dishwasher. So that's my other fucking rant. Dishwashers then. Fine. Listen, did I tell you about that? I think I did. I think I told you about the
worst I had was probably should have shut up the power, because once I started fixing it, everything started turning on.
Well,
and that doesn't sound good.
So, well, basically the dishwasher's on its own circuit. It's on like a 30 amp circuit. Yeah, so it's like fucking. And our dishwasher's stainless steel, the new one we bought to match everything else. So I've got my hand on the side balancing the dishwasher as I'm popping the Moret off, and I'm like, I don't need to shut the breaker off. I've done this a million times live.
Breaker off. Yeah, me too.
And it's live. It's fucking. I'm like, okay, and that thing lit me up. So Carson was helping me, and I'm sitting on our ceramic tiled floor, and the electricity went through me and went up his legs. That's how much juice went through me. And I ended up smashing the drywall. Like trying to let go, I smashed the drywall behind the dishwasher. Like I've never been poked that hard before. I've had lots of pokes from electricity. None that have made me go, oh my God, I almost died.
I've been in the same boat. I've got some ouch moments, but I've no. The only time, no, I would say no. That's not true.
I've had quite a few.
Remember electricity class when you were talking to what was her name? Joanne? Was it Joe? Who was the black hair? You were talking to her in electricity class. Dude, you were holding a wire. We were wiring up the desks, and I asked Mr. Thyme. I said, "Hey, is the power off?" He goes, "Yes." I said, "Are you sure?" He goes, "Yes." I said, "If I touch this wire here to that wire here, and you weren't paying attention, nothing's going to happen."
Oh yeah, and it blew up. Yeah, I remember.
It blew up, and we blew. Yeah. We got launched both. We got launched both ways.
Yeah, I do remember that vaguely. Yeah. See what happened? I remember we used to. Do you remember we used to put our fingers up? There used to be the terminals, and we would see who could put their fingers on the terminal. These are live terminals. Like this is why boys and men, we just end up hurt all the time. It's just nonstop hurt because it's like, hey, it's a pretty good idea to put our fingers on there. Let's see who can do it the longest. Like, oh my,
how tough am I? Look, my heart has.
Well, your fingers would just curl right up, and then you'd be like, I can do it, and your body and mind are like, you're an idiot.
All DC, baby. You're not spasming with DC. You're cramping up with DC.
Oh, you're cramping.
I believe you're cramping up with DC. I believe it's DC.
Well, I work with DC all the time. Like you can hold power. That doesn't really do much, but like you put your fingers on two terminals, usually that's fucking stupid. But yeah, that's my rant. Being old. And see how we went off on a tangent there?
Well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with being old, Phil. We have to accept it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't mind. I wouldn't want to do it all over again, I guess. Except for the good parts, like my kids and wife and all that good stuff.
Well, you know what?
Childhood was pretty good for the most part. I mean,
it's good in retro. I mean, it's good and bad in retrospect. It's good in retrospect, and I think there are people who had a lot worse ones. It's bad in retrospect where you start to realize, there was a lot of things like, quasi, like I think of some of the things with my grandfather, like when Grandpa Clark caught me in the backyard, back in the wrecking yard, would the beatings happen. So that
beatings.
Yeah.
Have you ever been strung up by your feet and then beaten?
No. But it's stuff like that, right? You're like, no, I think his heart was in the right place. Not because it was dangerous, but still, it's like Grandpa would have me the beat down happening.
Well, for clarification to anyone listening, your grandfather owned a wrecking yard.
Yes.
So we used to play tag on the piled up cars, and we would run along the top of these cars and jump to the next pile of cars.
Get your test net shots, folks. If you're going to do that, I can tell you that.
And some of us would fall. 5 cars piled up on top of one another. It's pretty high, even when you're young. And
they're not. And by the way, folks, they weren't piled up like this. They weren't piled up like this.
They were just all piled up.
Yeah. Whatever artistic design they could do.
Yeah, there wasn't. So it was quite dangerous. I mean, I think back and I go, if my kids ever did that, Jesus, I would lose my bananas. Absolutely fucking be terrified. And I remember nobody ever even asking us, what are you doing? What are you doing back there?
Well, okay. When Grandpa would catch us back there, he would be asking us in a very unpleasant way. Wow. Usually chasing us, whatever he had in hands, or at least me. I don't remember. I don't know if you ever got beaten by my grandfather.
I think your grandpa passed away before we. I remember. Yeah, we were probably around 10 or so. I don't know if we were doing car piles at that time, but we were getting into the yard. So that's the key thing. Yeah. We were getting into the wrecking yard. So and Grandpa, when he'd catch us back there, I remember he tore off Dave and I. He tore off a fucking antenna off a car, and he gave that to Dave, like every bit of it, lots.
And I don't know, because I think you may have been spared the brunt of all this because you were not family. So family got
Dave
treatment.
Deserved it. I'm pretty.
David. No, my cousin Dave. Dave and Jamie. Jesus, crab cakes. Fuck, yeah, compared to.
We weren't bad. I mean, we were into mischief.
We were okay. We were okay. Yeah. We were the charming ones.
We
were the Ocean's 13. Ocean's 13.
Don't want to get
ones.
Caught. Yes. Don't like getting caught. It was real fun. Yeah. Especially back in the day, like it was pretty common to beat your fucking kids, and okay. Yeah, but you also learned a little quicker. Like my old man, holy God.
Well, there was an element of fear, though. So that's the problem. And that
I don't want my kids to fear me, And I raised them.
But do you want them to listen to you? So if you had a choice,
Machiavelli, and they do listen, because
Machiavelli said it's better to be feared than loved because fear is much easier to maintain. It's true. Paraphrasing, but
I think that when you teach your children to not mistake your kindness as a weakness. Then you have that ability. Like I have had to yell at my kids, and it's very infrequent. I remember the first time I was just joking around and I yelled, and Jackson never heard me yell, and he was just like, like, it's okay, buddy, I'm just playing around. And he's like, oh my God.
And you're like, or am I?
Better behave. I might sleep under your bed. But no, I don't believe you have to beat your kids. Maybe I just got lucky. I got great kids. Like they've been very well mannered and behaved. And
I'm always mixed on the corporal punishment, right? Like I remember Dad used the belt on us, and so one time he got me with the buckle and drew blood, and then he stopped, and I never got. Never laid a hand on us again.
Too. Yeah, my dad cut the back of my legs with the belt. I was trying to jump to run away.
It's just so dumb. It's so stupid. You think as a kid you're going to run away. I guess it sort of makes sense in the respect.
I had me by the wrist, so I wasn't going far.
but it makes sense now. You could think like, oh well, if I got away and that emotion's cooled, they wouldn't be as mad, right? No, you would literally think I got to get out of the situation.
Yeah. Well, where the fuck I got to sleep somewhere.
Exactly. Like, well, I don't want to sleep in the garage.
You're gonna go. Hey, you cut me one time with a fucking towel. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh, and you're lucky you had shoes on.
Good times.
I will tell you. Wet towel. Fucking cut me. I remember that.
Indiana Jones, baby.
It was like a bullwhip, and you swung it, and it went right around me, and I remember feeling that sting across my ribs, and I'm like, oh no, you didn't.
I actually have a bullwhip, and I've tried to use it. You can find anything on YouTube, and it's a lot harder than it looks. And it turns out you're more likely going to have it wrap around your leg, and the end piece is going to hit your boy parts. It's going to hit your boy parts.
Jesus.
Yeah. So wear jeans. FYI, wear jeans. It'll hurt, but it's probably not going to cut through the jeans.
What about a cup? Wear a cup.
You could, I guess.
Well, and on that note, thanks, folks, for listening. It's your old host, Phil.
And like the caliber, folks. Like the
slightly younger host, Corey. And this was our Wednesday rant. And I hope you enjoyed it. So join us this weekend. Well, it will be posted next week, but it's going to be alien abductions.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's the special. Ooh, we kept you in suspense. We had no idea. We could literally plan this. It's going to be about DB Sweeney's alien abduction.
No, not DB Sweeney.
Oh, that's the text I got, Phil. DB Sweeney was abducted by aliens.
That's the actor who played Travis Walton. Never mind. Don't ruin it for everybody. God damn it. All right. And we're out. Have a good night, folks.
See you, everyone.